Hello everyone, my name is Gabby and I worked on the Tribal Beneficial Uses project in the Basin Planning Unit at the Central Valley Regional Water Quality Control Board as a Civic Spark Fellow for the 2021 to 22 year. The Central Valley Water Board is the largest region in California, stretching from the Oregon border to the northern tip of Los Angeles County, which is about 40% of the state. The primary duty of the Regional Water Board is to protect the quality of waters within the region for all beneficial uses. On May 2, 2017, the State Water Board adopted Resolution 2017-0027, which approved Part 2 of the Water Quality Control Plan for inland surface waters, enclosed bays, and estuaries of California, tribal and subsistence fishing beneficial uses and mercury provisions. With its adoption, the State Water Board established three new beneficial use definitions: tribal tradition and culture, or CUL, tribal subsistence fishing, T-sub, and subsistence fishing, or SUB, commonly known as the Tribal Beneficial Uses, or TBUs. TBUs help protect activities specific to Native American culture and tribes' historic uses of California waters. On February 18th, myself and other TBU team members co-led the Basin Plan Amendment that adopted Resolution Number R5-2022-0018, which added the TBU definitions to the Central Valley Region's Basin Plans. Besides working on the TBU definitions Basin Plan Amendment, we also developed resources for tribes and the public which outline the Basin Plan Amendment process and TBU designation approach, and I've additionally held meetings to share project updates and receive input from tribes and tribal organizations. The Tribal Tradition and Culture, or CUL definition, are the uses of water that supports the cultural, spiritual, ceremonial, or traditional rites or lifeways of California Native American tribes, including but not limited to navigation, ceremonies, or fishing, gathering, or consumption of natural aquatic resources, including fish, shellfish, vegetation, and materials. The tribal subsistence fishing, or T-sub, beneficial use definition are the uses of water involving the non-commercial catching or gathering of natural aquatic resources, including fish and shellfish, for consumption by individuals, households, or communities of California Native American tribes to meet needs for sustenance. The subsistence fishing, or sub-beneficial use definition, are the uses of water involving the non-commercial catching or gathering of natural aquatic resources, including fish and shellfish, for consumption by individuals, households, or communities to meet needs for sustenance. The sub-beneficial use does not mention California Native American tribe in its definition, but is grouped with the CUL and T-sub beneficial uses because it may still be of interest to or can still be utilized by California Native American tribes, tribal members, as well as other interested members of the public. Current water quality standards were created for the average recreational angler, as tribal members consume fish an average of 4 to 5 meals per week, as opposed to 1 meal per week for the average recreational angler. Methylmercury is an extremely toxic form of mercury to humans. Reservoirs containing potentially harmful amounts of mercury in fish are found in numerous reservoirs across the state, with a majority in Central California. TBUs recognize populations that are likely to consume more fish than the average recreational angler in California, thus at a higher human health risk from bioaccumulative contaminants in fish tissue, such as methylmercury. This diagram, developed by the Big Valley Band of Pomo Indians and Karuk tribe, outlines potential exposure pathways of tribal members in the event of a freshwater harmful algal bloom, but is also applicable to other water pollutants such as methylmercury. The 5 exposure pathways are ingestion of water, ingestion of aerosols and particulates, dermal exposure, ingestion of plants, and ingestion of animals. Tribal members are at a potentially increased risk of exposure to water pollutants due to the activities such as increased consumption of aquatic animals and spiritual activities. During the Basin Plan Amendment process, the Regional Water Board underwent these steps to adopt the TBU definitions to the Basin Plans. This process is also applicable to future Basin Plan amendments to designate water bodies for TBUs. Following approval from the State Water Board, the California Office of Administrative Law, and the United States Environmental Protection Agency, separate Basin Plan amendments to designate TBUs to specific water bodies may then occur. As for life after Civic Spark, I moved to Washington, D.C. from California, and I started graduate school at Johns Hopkins University doing a Master of Science in Environmental Sciences and Policy. I'm additionally doing research at the UC Berkeley School of Law at the Center for Energy, Law, and the Environment for Project Climate, doing climate change research of water resource effects in 2040. And I will also be interning at the White House Council on Environmental Quality to work on the National Environmental Policy Act as part of their NEPA team. And I'll also be continuing a career in public service, as I'm sure many Civic Spark Fellows are. But you know, even though I started looking very early for positions, it's okay if you don't know exactly what you want to do after your fellowship is finished. I have many friends in the fellowship that I will be friends with for a very long time who are still trying to figure things out and use Civic Spark as a stepping stone as opposed to a bridge between undergraduate and graduate school. And that's why it's a really great experience because it can lead you into a career that you know you want, or it can act as a stepping stone to figure out more of what you'd like to do in the environmental sector, and also whether you'd like to do public service or not. So I am so happy that you guys are here and that you're about to embark on your own journeys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at my personal email. If you want to have a Zoom chat or a phone call or just want to text with any questions, feel free. I've been doing that with some other folks and they found it helpful for the graduate school application process because that can be quite tricky, or whether you have any questions about reaching out and networking with folks to try and get a position after the fellowship. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you'd like, and I hope that you have a great rest of your orientation. Thank you.